welcome back to another video. Um let me first apologize guys for not posting in a while, but yeah, I'm sure I will try to go ahead and do some posts like every other week. Not a promise, but I'll try. This YouTube thing, trust me, kind of hard, especially if you don't have like content, like you don't have any video put down or whatever. It's hard, but I'll get there eventually. With y'all support, I'll definitely get there. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. This is Nicolisha, where it's just positive vibes over here. Yes, and if you're not yet a subscriber, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button right there. Yes, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Go ahead and like this video, and also share it with a friend, all right, or with a friend, with a family. Yeah. All right, and also guys, please, the likes are also most, like, I really would appreciate if you guys would also like the videos. Y'all are watching the videos, but I'm not seeing y'all liking it, so please go ahead and also like the video. All right, so today, as you can see, the title today's video is about Q&A. I did go ahead to post on my my Instagram and Facebook account, asking or requesting for you guys to send me some questions, and I will go ahead and answer them in this video. So without any further ado, I have some questions here. In this book, I will go ahead and answer these questions for you. Read what the questions are, and then I go ahead and answer the questions for you guys. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and go into this video. All right, so the first question that I have is, how was it planning your wedding during a pandemic? All right, so if you guys are new to my channel and you're not following me on Facebook or Instagram, I just recently got married in September last month, and I'm still a newlywed. It haven't been it hasn't been a month as yet since I got married. So yes, so with the question, um overall, planning a wedding is difficult. Planning it in a pandemic, it's extra hard. Like, um, I've went to bed like most nights crying. Um, I was so stressed out. Not the fact that I always wanted a big wedding. I never wanted a big wedding. The wedding that I had, it was small, it was intimate. I will go ahead and do a story time on that though, because there's a whole lot that has happened during that time coming up to my wedding. So I'll do a story time on that. But to answer the question, it was difficult, it was hard. It's the hardest thing that I ever had to do in my life, because I had to make changes, I have to make adjustments, and it was so hard. But yeah, I'm going looking back, I didn't know it was all worth it, because I did go ahead and have a great day. My husband and I, we had an absolutely amazing day. Would I change anything about it? Maybe not, but maybe there are some little things that I'll change, but it was perfect. The second question that I have is, how is it being in a long distance relationship, and how you and your husband make it work? All right, so being in a long distance relationship, it is challenge. It is a challenge. That's for sure. It is definitely a challenge. It allows you to be patient. Well, for me, it allows me to be patient. It allows me to understand. It allows me to communicate a lot better. It also allows me to trust, because without trust, without communication, without understanding, then it will be like very difficult. It is difficult because there's a lot of times that when I'm depressed or whatever, I need my husband to be beside me or whatever, and he's not. um it is different being over the phone than actually being um in person. So it is hard, but how we actually make it work, as I said, we communicate. We try to do that like majority of the time, because the hardest part about it is because he works in the night, I work in the daytime, so that's the difficult part. But when we find time, we actually talk. So it actually works. And yeah, so another thing, as I said, respect, communication. You definitely have to communicate. Understanding is one, is another thing, and also being patient. That's another thing. Being patient, and trust me, if you have a husband or a boyfriend like mine, my husband, you definitely need patient to deal with him. So yeah, definitely. So yeah, that's how we actually make our long distance relationship work. All right, and the third question is, how does it feel being married? By the way, congrats. Thank you so much, darling. So, it is a good feeling being married. It is great. It's actually amazing to be called a wife, to be called somebody's wife. Not gonna lie, it is great. Um, Pretty much, when you used to do your little thing on the side or whatever, like, you know like you were saying, like, God forgive me or whatever, but now it's like you're legal, so you're saying like there's no sin there. So yeah, it's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty great, being called a wife, and also being married to the person that I love. So yeah, that's pretty good. So the fourth question is, how did you and your husband meet? So my husband and I, we actually met online. Yes, so we met online. All right, so the fifth question is, oh, they're saying it's not a question, it's an assumption. Your husband seemed to be a very jovial person. So it seemed like it's from someone, well, it is from somebody that knows me, and maybe it's seen I post my husband or whatever. So yes, my husband is a very jovial person. Actually, when I'm around him, he makes me laugh. That's something that I love about him, his sense of humor. It's really great. But there's sometimes when I need him to be serious and he's not serious. But apart from that, yes, he's a very jovial person. He has a great sense of humor, which I really, really love about him. And for the fifth question is, um the sixth question, sorry, is saying, how old are you? I'm actually 26 years old. Yes. All right. So the seventh question is, what is it like being away from your twin sister for so long? All right. So if you guys are new to my channel, then this I have a twin sister. I have an identical twin sister. I live in Jamaica, she lives in America. We have been apart for almost 3 years now. Yes, so, well, I think it's for 3 years. Is it 3 years? Yeah, yeah, around 3 years. This year coming, I think it's gonna be 3 years. So yes, we have been apart for 3 years. It's not that difficult, but it is difficult because you actually want your sister sometimes to be around you, like to embrace you, whatever, when you're stressed and when you want things to talk about. But technology is at the point wherein we are able to talk over the phone. We're able to, like, video talk, video chat, text. So it's not that bad as we thought it would be, but we do miss each other. Yes. So for the eighth question, this one is funny. You're getting old. When do you plan on giving your parents a grandchild? Alright, so for this question, first, we actually talk about this, but which my husband, that is, so we actually talk about this. We're actually not ready at the moment because, first of all, when I have my first child, I would like to be around my partner, wherein it's easier for me, because I heard it can be challenging, it can be hard. So when I'm having my first child, I want to be around my husband. I don't want to be in Jamaica and then he's overseas and I'm feeling all the pain or whatever, and I don't have my husband here to comfort me or whatever. So yeah, and I really do want to enjoy my marriage. As I said, we're just getting married, not even a month into it. So I prefer to enjoy my marriage first before I actually think about having kids. You know, I'm still young. I'm still young. I have a lot of time. All right, so the next question is, if you were an animal, what would you be? What would, if you were an animal, what would that be? I'm not sure, to be honest. This question, I'm not really sure. Um, I'm not of a big animal person, so I like dogs and cats, but yeah, I'm not sure. So for this question, I'm not sure. All right. So the other question, what are you most terrified of? Frogs and snakes. Definitely frogs and snakes. Yeah, I'm definitely terrified of those. All right. So the next question is, how do you feel now that you're married, and how do you know he is the one? All right. So for the first, that I did answer a question in regards to that, how does it feel getting married? So it actually feels amazing. It feels great. For the second part of the question, how do you know he's the one? That's a hard part because at first I actually gave him like a hard time. We actually um not saying a hard time, but I don't know. What can I say? All right, so let's put it like this. All right, so how I know he is the one? The first time when he came here to Jamaica to visit me or whatever, like there was something about him that actually attracts me to him. We were talking for a while over the phone. We were talking for like 2 years over the phone before we actually met face to face. So the first time we actually met, um there was an instant connection. I can say, yeah, there was an instant connection with him because, as I said, he has a great sense of humor, and that's the thing about that's one thing that I like in a guy, their sense of humor, and he had that. So and he knows how to treat a lady. Like, he's such a gentleman. So that's one thing, and that like, yeah. Let me know that he's actually the one. So yeah, so being a gentleman, I give him that 100%. He's a family man. He loves God. So yeah, so basically those are the things that actually let me know that he's the one. And the instant connection that we had the first time we met face to face, yeah. All right, so for the second, the I think I'm on the 12th question. So for the 12th question, um, are you going to start your family soon, or are you going to enjoy your husband first? Sorry, so I did answer the question, this question, a similar question to this before. Enjoy my marriage first, and then we think about having a child. All right, so the other question is, what do you do to maintain a healthy relationship? And does it ever let you question your relationship with him or how he feels about you? All right, so for this particular question, I'm going to answer it part by part. All right, so for the first part of it, what do you do to maintain a healthy relationship? Um, to be honest, I don't think there's a healthy relationship. To be honest, because there's a lot of things that is still there to work on. So I don't think there's a healthy relationship. But one thing that I do, when it comes on to my husband, like saying something that he sees me doing or whatever, like I have a attitude, and he don't like a certain thing about my attitude or whatever, and he say like, babe, like I think you like need to like cut down on the attitude a bit or whatever. I'm not gonna be the one to say like, leave me alone, that's how you met me or whatever. I'm gonna try to compromise, because he don't like that certain behavior or that certain attitude, if you know what I mean. So I try to compromise, try to change it because he don't like it. So I compromise, change, trying to work on the attitude that he don't like, instead of me not trying and like don't really care what he has to say. Because relationship is the two of you. So if you're not gonna like care or don't really like listen to what he has to say, or you don't really care about how you act towards him, then it's just not gonna work. It's just, that's just like a low blow per se. So yeah, so I think having a healthy relationship is just trying to compromise. Yeah. So for the second part of the relationship, for the question, sorry. So for the second part of the question, it said, does he ever let you question your relationship with him? Definitely. Definitely. So in at this point there, we actually, during the time we have been dating, we have been broken up like a lot of time. We broke up like a lot of time, because there are certain things that he does that that have me to question, like, is he the right person, is he the right one? I'm not saying I'm perfect, because I've done things as well that he questions, to say like, is she the right one or whatever. But as I said it before, like, talking about communicating with each other, being patient, like talking about stuff, it actually helps the relationship. So yeah, there has been a lot of times where I'm saying like, I'm wondering if this is real. Like, I'm wondering if he is for me. So as I said, there's no perfect relationship. So of course you're gonna have those thoughts. Definitely. Alright, so for the third part of this question, um um does he ever question your relationship, with the relationship with him, or how he feels about you? As I just said, like, I do things that he would say like, I'm wondering if like you're like the one for me or whatever. But that was back like when we were having some issues before we actually got married and before we actually got engaged. So yeah, so definitely for both sides, yeah. All right, so for the 14, number 14, how long were you two together before he proposed? All right, so we were dating for 3 years before he proposed. We were dating 3 years on and off before he actually proposed. He proposed, I think, all right, for the first time he proposed, we were dating for a year and I think a year and 3 months. We were actually dating, and when he asked, I was like, boy. Because I believe in getting to know a person before you actually stay, even though it takes a lifetime for you to know a person. For me, um it's best for you to get to know the person before you actually decide to spend the rest of your life with that person. There, people say there's love at first sight. I believe there's love at first sight, but for me, I normally like to get to know a person before actually say, okay, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with you. So before, it was a year and a couple months, I think a year and 3 months, that he asked me and I declined. And then the second time he asked, um it was 3 years into the relationship, that he asked again, and then pretty much he asked in May. Yeah, in May of this year, that's when he asked if, yeah, if I can marry him, and I'm like, okay, sure, no problem. I'm like, yeah, I think I answered that way. I didn't say yes or oh my god, but I'm like, yeah, yeah, it's fine. All right, so for the last question, do you have any advice for persons looking to start a long distance relationship? All right, so the advice is, as I again, I'm putting it out there, there is no relationship that is perfect, but for my advice to you, go for it. Like, you're not gonna know what is for you until you try. So my advice to you, go for it. There's gonna be a lot of problems, which every relationship has problems. If you're not the type of person that haven't I've not been in a long distance relationship, this is something new. So it is something that you will try to see if it is for you. Because there's a lot of times we are scared to try stuff, and sometimes the stuff that we are afraid to try, once we do try it, it actually works out the best. So my advice is to you, go for it. Okay, all right, don't let any negative thoughts or anything, like people always saying that long distance relationship is hard. It is hard, but at the end of the day, it is it's how you what you put into the relationship, that's what you get out. So then definitely go for it. All right, so yeah, so for me, as I said, my advice to you, just go for it. Have an open mind. to it, and yeah, it will work out. And also have God in the center. Okay. All right. All right. So I guess that's all the questions that I do have for. Yeah, that's all the questions that is left. And if you guys enjoy this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you have any other video ideas, you guys can go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below. I will go ahead and do, if you like want me to do a little story time or whatever, you guys can go ahead and let me know. I will go ahead and make a story time on my wedding experience in a pandemic. That's for sure. That's a video that you guys should look forward to. Not sure when it's dropping is yet, but yeah. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys so much for watching. I appreciate your support. um Thanks again. And again, if it wasn't for you guys, like, I really and truly like wouldn't be doing this, because as I mentioned, it is hard to do YouTube. Like, it is really hard, but you guys keep motivating me. Like, I've been getting messages on WhatsApp like, when is the next video gonna drop? So I appreciate you guys so much for the love and for the support. Again, if you're new to the channel and you're just watching and I just popped up on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to your girl channel. As I said, there's a lot of positive vibes over here. Okay. Okay. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. It was my pleasure doing this video for you. All right, so thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for the love. Again, I cannot say this enough. Thank you so much for the support. Alrighty, so whenever time you're watching this, whether it's morning, good day, or morning, night, or afternoon, have a good morning, day, night, afternoon. Bye, guys.